The Buddhist kingdom of Bhutan has done an amazing job of preserving its culture and traditions over the years. It is the only Himalayan Buddhist kingdom that has resisted modernization. For example, they did not have television until 1999 and did not start opening their doors to tourists until 1974. One generation of the Bhutanese monarchy headed by King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck and his wife, Queen Jetsun Pema. Their subjects affectionately refer to them as the Dragon King and Dragon Queen, a direct translation of their dzongkha titles, Druk Gyalpo and Druk Gyaltsuan. Although the Bhutanese royal couple is not as famous as the British royal family, they are certainly compared to them. They were once nicknamed Will and Kate of the Himalayas because of their similarities. Interestingly, Queen Jetsun and Princess Catherine share the same art history degree and are both style icons in their own right. But there is much more to know about the Queen of Bhutan beyond her resemblance to British royalty. Queen Jetsun Pema was born on June 4, 1990 at the Jigme Dorji Wangchuck National Specialist Hospital in Thimphu, the capital of Bhutan. She is the daughter of Donduk Gyaltsin, a former pilot for Drukair Royal Bhutan Airlines, Bhutan's national airline, and Aum Sonam Chochi, a descendant of Bumtang Pengti, an ancient Bhutanese noble family. When Queen Jetsun's relationship with King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck became public, the press portrayed her as a commoner who married into the royal family because she was not born into it. While this is true, she actually has many connections to the royal family, as well as some connections in the government through her father. His paternal grandparents, Tinli Topgay and Eugen Tsering, were governors of Trashigang, also known as Trashigang Dzongpens. His maternal grandfather is the half-brother of two former queen consorts, Asha Punzo Choden and her sister Asha Pema Dekhen. Both were married to the second king of Bhutan, Jigme Wangchuck. In discussing these family ties, it is important to note that polygamy is widely practiced in Bhutan, which further strengthens these family ties. In addition, Queen Jetsun and King Jigme are distant relatives. Queen Jetsun has two brothers and two sisters. Her older sister, Princess Yetso Lamo, also married a member of the royal family. In 2013, Yetso Lamo married King Jigme's half-brother, Prince Gyaltshiba Jigme Dorji Wangchuck. Queen Jetsun Pema received a well-rounded education in different parts of the world. She studied in Bhutan, India and England. Most of her primary education was in Bhutan, but she also completed her higher education in India. He studied at the Lawrence School in Solan, Himachal Pradesh, a prestigious private historical boarding school in India. It was during her studies at the Lawrence School that Queen Jetsun took a liking to the arts. At university, she graduated from Regent's College, London, where she studied international relations, majoring in psychology and art history. Having had the honor of studying in 3 different countries, Queen Jetsun is fluent in dzongkha, the official language of Bhutan, Hindi and English. Queen Jetsun did not only focus on her studies, she also participated in extracurricular activities such as dance, art and even basketball. She even captained the school's basketball team. After graduating from Regent's College, she returned to Bhutan in 2011, and soon after her engagement to the king was announced. Queen Jetsun Pema and King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck met at a very young age. Although their marriage was not arranged, as is customary for Bhutanese royal weddings, the paths of the future king and queen crossed very early on. The couple met at a picnic when Queen Jetsun Pema was only 7 years old and King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck was 17. At this picnic, the 7-year-old proposed to the young prince. Little did they know that years later this innocent proposal would come true. 14 years later, King Jigme announced his engagement to Queen Jetsun. Although she is young, she has a warm and kind heart and character. These qualities, together with the wisdom that age and experience will give her, will make her a great servant of the nation, the king told the Bhutanese parliament in 2011, via Bhutan Observer. I have waited long enough for the opportunity to get married. But no matter when you get married, the most important thing is that it is to the right person. I am sure I will marry the right person, King Jigme told reporters, via InStyle. At 21, she became the world's youngest queen consort. The royal couple married in October 2011, after Queen Jetsun Pema completed her degree at Regent's College in London. By marrying a member of the royal family, she became the world's youngest living queen consort. Apart from King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck, who came to the throne in his early 20s, Queen Jetsun and King Jigme have a significant age difference of 10 years. At the time of their wedding in 2011, King Jigme was 31 years old and Queen Jetsun was 21 years old. At the time of publication of this article, Jetsun remains the world's youngest queen consort, at 33. The days leading up to their wedding were declared a national wedding holiday. The wedding and coronation was a major event for the Bhutanese nation, with some 160 foreign journalists in attendance, making it one of Bhutan's biggest media events. The celebrations lasted a total of 5 days and concluded with a Hindi ceremony on October 17. Their wedding day, October 13, began early with a prayer ritual at 4 a.m., followed by an authentic Buddhist ceremony at exactly 8:20 a.m., following the advice of the royal astrologers. A 9-day honeymoon awaited them next, which was simultaneously a state visit to India on a special luxury train organized for them by the Indian government. According to Bhutanese tradition, royal families often have polygamous relationships in which the king marries several siblings from another family to preserve wealth and property within the family. King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck's father, Jigme Sinji Wangchuck, the fourth king of the Wangchuck dynasty, had 4 wives, all of whom were sisters. Sister marriage is a very common practice. The king's grandfather married 2 sisters. It also happens among ordinary people. There are many excuses, including for economic reasons, Bhutanese Foreign Minister Dawa Tsering explained to the Washington Post. The marriage of the 4th king marked the unification of the royal family and the founding family of Bhutan. Prior to the reign of Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck, most marriages of Bhutanese royal family members were arranged. King Jigme's marriage to Queen Jetsun Pema was not only the first love marriage among Bhutanese royal family members, but also the first monogamous marriage. In fact, King Jigme and Queen Jetsun lived together for 3 years before getting married. This was followed by a brief courtship. King Jigme announced their engagement in May 2011 and they married in October of the same year. The young couple was also not afraid to show their love by kissing or holding hands, something that is usually rare in Bhutan. However, the attitude of the Bhutanese towards monogamy and public displays of affection is gradually progressing. In addition to supporting King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck in his royal duties, Queen Jetsun Pema remains involved in several causes of her own. In 2015, the Queen's Project Office was established. Its objectives include improving living standards in rural areas, environmental conservation and development, preservation of arts and culture, participation of people with disabilities, and youth engagement through entrepreneurship. As part of the Queen's Project, One Jawag One Product (OGOP) was created, a program that aims to help Bhutanese farmers by creating more livelihood opportunities, encouraging and training them to sell their products on a larger scale. In doing so, the project also aims to create more jobs, especially in rural areas. OGOP promotes Bhutanese products by assisting in packaging, business planning, marketing and export of agricultural products. In addition, Queen Jetsun is president of the Bhutan Red Cross Society and Ozone Ambassador for the United Nations Environment Program. She is also a royal patron of the National Environment Commission, the Bhutan Ability Society and the Bhutan Kidney Foundation. One of the causes she actively supports is helping the disabled. Through the Bhutan Ability Society, an organization she founded, Queen Jetsun aims to raise awareness about people with disabilities and help them through educational programs, medical care, etc. In 2016, the royal couple gave birth to their firstborn, Crown Prince Jigme Namgyel Wangchuck. His sacred duty will be to build a harmonious and just society and thus fulfill all the aspirations of his people. He shall lead the life of a good man and serve his country in such a way as to be exemplary and worthy of emulation, said King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck during the public ceremony, via people. Even at a young age, Jigme began to fulfill his royal duties. He is familiar with the situation, as he usually accompanies his parents to their official events. In 2022, he made his first solo appearance at age 6, attending the opening of the Super Fab Lab. Her second son, Prince Jigme Eugean Wangchuck, was born in 2020. He shares with his father and older brother the name Jigme, meaning fearless. In September 2023, the couple announced on Instagram the birth of their third child. She will be their first princess, whose name has not yet been announced. Both King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck and Queen Jetsun Pema are very active on social networks. On Instagram, Queen Jetsun has 295,000 followers, while King Jigme has 205,000. However, the royal couple has more followers than King Jigme. The royal couple has more followers on Facebook, a more popular platform among Bhutanese. Queen Jetsun has 597,000 followers on Facebook, while King Jigme has 731,000 followers. Their Instagram and Facebook posts attract a lot of attention from local and international followers. The royal couple has used their social media presence as another way to share news about the royal family and the country. Important announcements such as official state visits, charity work and childbirths have been announced by the royal couple on their social networks. As a proud mother herself, Queen Jetsun also often shares personal photos of her royal family online. Although Bhutan was a late modernizer compared to other countries, it seems that the royal couple is keeping up with a strong social media presence. It's another way to enhance their public image and connect with their sites and the rest of the world. The Queen of Bhutan is known for her bright and colorful outfits, often in vibrant shades or muted pastels. Her iconic outfit was a bridal kira in 2011, which, according to an article by fashion journalist Jess Cartner-Morley for The Guardian, could be compared to the contrasting sleeves trend at couture houses such as Burberry and Yves Saint Laurent. Queen Jetsun usually wears the kira, the national dress of Bhutanese women. Bhutanese women are required by law to wear it in public, although it is now less strictly enforced. On rare occasions abroad, Queen Jetsun wears a normal kira. For example, during their honeymoon and first trip together, she wore a printed dress paired with a dark cardigan. Besides being a style inspiration in Bhutan, she is also close friends with fashion designer Christian Louboutin, who launched an exclusive line of Bhutanese-inspired heels in 2019. She called it the Louboutin collection, created in collaboration with local Bhutanese artisans. This collaboration took me a long time and there was a lot of time, but I didn't give myself a deadline. I decided it was better to make fewer shoes, the designer told The Telegraph. Only 250 pieces were produced in total, and the French designer considers each pair a work of art.